All right, we're back, and I put the mods back on. So now this looks like this. Okay, now what do we do now? That is a very good question. So I can either deck the halls with boughs of holly, or I can go up and start working on the elevator. Where are we on? Look, all right, we're not quite at a half, but close. Close. All right, so this, I left that there for future use, I guess. Let me block the walls off, or the doors off here. So remember, if you're not using mods, then definitely you're going to want to use the metal 1 for these doors. So if we can come back to these and make these usable, awesome. If not, then maybe in the 2025 Death Star build. Yeah, same thing down here. All right. There's a reason why I'm hesitant on getting these to go where I want. It's all right. How about we don't make these go the same places? What if the middle one goes down to the detention area? And maybe this one goes up to here. I don't know. We make two, I don't know. Let's since I didn't let's test the theory. I mean, the worst that can be done is it just doesn't work anymore. Let me save it. I mean, I break it. That's what I mean. That's the worst that can happen. Okay, now, first of all, we have to get path creators. And don't put it close to that because we don't want it to tangle up. Where's it going to start and where's it going to finish? If this is going to be the top floor, we know it's not going to go any higher than this. We'll put this here, but remember, we're using a square block to move. Now the square block, if we put it here, the block's going to cover the door, so we want to go down 2. Okay, and then we're going to go straight down. And that's our stop right there. So this particular elevator is going to have 1 stop or 2 stops. Okay. So this is our, where is it? This is our moving piece. So we'll connect this here. And we want it to go back and forth. so what we want to do, new logic connection. Where is it? Point reached by object on main path. I think this is the one. Toybox path. We're going to say stop. So once it gets up here, it's going to stop. All right, we're going to do the same thing down here. New logic connection. Point reached by object on the main path. Toybox path. Oh, did I? Yeah, path, stop. So this block should have... Yeah, okay. Now we got to get it to move. Also, let's go to this. New logic connection. Point reached by object on path. Go to the door. Toybox path in reverse. Now, it's going to stay closed now because we have to get it moving and then come back up. So what's going to cause this to start? That's a very good question. All right, so let's try this. New logic connection. Toybox path. When this starts, let's tell the door to close. Oh, not. It's not going to be good. I'll deal with the door opening and closing later because reverse goes both ways, so I don't want it to get confused with like, oh, it's supposed to be open and it's closed. Anyway, we'll deal with that later. So what we're going to do now is to temporarily get the door to open. Let me get a button. I'm going to push this, and I'm going to have that open. It'll be my manual override. Okay. Then when I get in here, I want something to trigger the elevator going down. So what I could do, maybe stick a button in here. And then get rid of that trigger area. New logic connection pressed. Start this. All right, now we're going to do the same thing over here with a button. New logic connection pressed. Toybox path. Start. How did I get that to... Why did that close? Why is that hooked to 2 path creators? What does this one say? Oh, I did make that connection. Huh. Default, I want it closed. What I want it to do when it gets up here, the door opens. When it leaves, the door closes. That's what I want. And I'm trying to do it the easiest way possible. Did I get rid of the right connection? Yep.
I guess I could try some levitation exercises.
Let's put that in there. If you're wondering why that goes in there, that's because there's a path creator right there, and it's breaking the breaking the logic. All right, so when we open that, this one, let's tell this. New logic connection pressed. Toybox path reverse. Let's see if this is going to give us any problems. Open that. We're in here. Push this. Now that door should be closed now. Now, if I push that again, it's going to open, but I don't want that. So what I'm going to do... Yeah, because I can totally break this. I don't want to break it. So that won't come back up if I hit it twice. It has to get to the bottom and then push it again before it starts back up. Yeah, so it doesn't reverse midway. We're going to have to do something that tells it when player 1 is in there, it's going to do certain things. That's the only way I can think of. All right. I got it figured out. Finally got it figured out. All right, so let's get back up here. So what I want to do is any connection that we previously made, I want to kill. Except the ones that are on the path itself. So action button, done. Action button, done. What does this one have? Square block. That's going to keep on the square block, so keep that. Also, I need to put the trim pieces in here, or the small floor pieces for the ceiling part going in the doorway. All right, so down here, make sure nothing's connected to anything. That's good. And this should just be the square block. Good. All right. So let me get a trigger area. Also, I don't know. I thought I knew. I thought that the dynamic trigger and the locator cost less to use than the trigger area itself, but in doing tests, I seen it happen both ways, where one would make the meter jump and the other one wouldn't, vice versa. So I don't know. So erase what I said earlier. So take your pick on what you want to use. Each has its own benefits, I guess, but they both get the same thing done. All right, so new logic connection pressed. We're going to go to the square block, Toybox path, and we're going to say start. We're going to tell it to start, right? So same with this. This should be telling it to start. I got to double check, make sure I didn't say anything to have it reversed. That's good. And then we have the two of them up here. Just double check. Good. Wait, what? Cancel. Oh. Press. That had nothing. Start. Okay. Because remember, when it reaches the point, or reaches the destination point, that block will stop. Okay, next. Let's get trigger areas, and let's scale them down. Over, down, down once, and then out. So we're going to stick it in. It looks like a stick of butter. Stick it in like that. Make sure it's in the back. And we just want it sticking out. Come on. Like that. And same thing down here. Down one, over. Stick the butter in. Oh, let me move that out of the way. I already have one in there from previously. Okay, good enough. So let me just get on foot here. I'm going to have to make these connections. New logic connection entered. Player 1. Toybox path. Reverse. New logic connection. Nope. Cancel. Exited. Player 1. Toybox path. Reverse. Okay. Then, so what happens is when we push this and that moves, when we get out of this box, it's going to shut. Okay? Let's do the same thing up here. New logic connection entered. Player 1. Toybox path. Reverse. New logic connection. Exited. Player 1. Toybox path. Reverse. Alright, so far so good, right? Now. We need to make another, I think 4 more connections here. Right now. New logic connection. When the point is reached by object on path, here, it is going to deactivate this. Okay, back up. New logic connection. Point reached by object on path. This one, activate. Okay. All right, now let's go down here and do the opposite. New logic connection. Point reached by object on main path. Activate. New logic connection. Point reached by object on main path. Deactivate. Okay. Now, I'm going to go in there. All right, so it's not there. That's not the one we want. We're going to put a failsafe in here, but before we do that, we're testing this out. Okay. All right, that's going to be closed. We'll test that out in a second here. As soon as I get up in here, that opens. All right, as soon as I get out of here, that's closed. Now, because it reached up there, this is now locked. Okay? Now, if I push this, when it gets back down here, it's going to unlock. It's not going to open by itself. You have to stand in there, right? It's just going to reactivate that trigger area, okay? So now, if I push this, it's going to go back up, right? But it hasn't reached up there yet, so now we have a problem. Until it reaches up there, we can still go in here and ruin the game. So what we're going to do is new logic connection. When we press this button, we're going to deactivate that. All right, so worst case scenario, we have to push it twice and wait. All right, and we're going to do the same thing over here. New logic connection pressed. Deactivate. So the only thing that's going to activate this once it's deactivated is the elevator being ready to use. So if I push this now, boom, I can't use this, right? But it's going down here. So now it's already there. It's ready to be used. Now as soon as this gets up here, it's ready to use, right? So, oops, I can't do it. I have to wait for it to show up. So I'm going to have to push this button. And again, you know, now keep in mind, if it's in mid motion, it's not going to reverse it's not going to reverse its course. So you have to give it a bit. So if you're going to make a super long elevator, then you're going to have to wait a while. The best thing to do is get something that has a light on it that turns on or turns off. Trying to think what does that looks decent. Game Maker. We have a plethora of things that can turn on. We have effects generators. But the thing is, the effects generators, I don't think have anything that's subtle. You know, The fan will turn on when it's ready. No. When it's ready, the boombox will turn. No. When it's ready, the fireworks go off. No. Party candle go. No. The alarm light will come on. The thing is, that alarm light is loud. So what do you want to do, you know? To notify yourself that it is ready. That's up to you. I'm not going to sit here and find the best course of action for the best path creator, for the best effects generator, because they're good, but we don't have like the best thing. I don't know. I don't know. Use your imagination. I'm not worried about it, is what I'm getting at. Okay, so that's all taken care of. So what's next? Well, where are we? We are on the floor to the TurboGrafx 16. What am I? The tractor beam. All right, so we're in game setups toys here, and so let's get a kill switch. Now that I'm thinking of it. Set it right there. Let's get a trigger area. Yeah, and this is one of the situations where you would not want to use a dynamic trigger. You would need a trigger area to set this off. We just want it to go to cover that hole. And how far down do you want it? Oops, see. Oh, that bites. I'm gonna get out of here, and it's gonna autosave, of course. All right, I gotta get those on a replayer. I grabbed the wrong thing. I wanted to grab I was trying to grab the trigger area. Un momento, por favor. All right, that's probably a bad place to put it. Well, let's just get those recorded and then... Clear. All right, let's move this out of the way. I don't want to be there. Well, let's just put this in place. Record. Clear. Playback. Done. Okay. Now I should have left it alone in case I do the same thing again. How about... Yeah, let's leave it right there. So I'm just going to say new logic connection entered any... I don't care who falls down there. They're going bye-bye. And we're going to say defeat. All right. Then we're just going to move this out of the way. Maybe all the way down here or something. Put it right in there. for safekeeping. Now that's one of the problems with the trigger area. It actually... No, it's not the trigger area. It's you respawning in. You actually have an invincible state. So if I go right off really quick... See? So if I put a floor down here... I could potentially get stuck in, what do they call it, soft locked? So I guess one of the things I can do to prevent those measures is to have a second trigger area underneath it. You know what? That's not going to make any sense. I guess if we just go further down. Or have the respawn point, have your save point so far away from these trigger... Yeah, let's do that. When we make the game, don't put the save point in here. And then that'll ensure when you get back to it, if you fall down again, that enough time will have transpired for you to get out or have it reset or have yourself become solid state again, however you want to say it. All right, so now the next thing we want to do is get the elevator tunnel up. So what I'm going to do is we don't want this because actually we could use... Nope. Yeah. We could switch to big. It's going to look weird. Alright, so this is going to even look... It's going to be a little bit harder or more difficult. I'm thinking to make it all square. Because this is the issue. Not there. Over here. It's... These are too long. One of the things I can do is to take what do we got? These down. One. And that'll allow... That will allow me to properly get these in place and not have to merge them together. Oh, that can easily drop down. Hang on. Drop it down one. What in the world? Why is it going? Oh, because I didn't put a floor there. Remember, I left that open. Good. Good. There, now it fits. All right, so now, are there going to be any gaps in here? I don't think so. I think everything's closed up, buttoned up nicely. Now, let me get on. Oh, everything's all closed up nice. Yeah, just what I just said. It's all closed up nice. All right, so let's put my button back into place. All right. Let's get the elevator down here. Oh, I know what I can do to get the elevator to tell us when it's ready. I'll just tell it to make a sound. Perfect. Wow. All right. So now let's go to that path creator down here. New logic connection. Point reached by object on path. Find our bullhorn. I hope you can't overload these things. And I'm going to go... Let's look through this. No. Bell ring. I doubt that bell ring is actual... Ooh, what about beeping? Let's see. I think beeping is more like a computer. I'm going to try beeping. Ding. Never mind. We're going to use ding. Now, which one did I get? The top one of the... Oh, that's not even... Did I get the top one or the bottom one? I think I got the top one. And let's go to that and hit ding again. General, and it's all the way down to the bottom somewhere. Oh, no, it's not. It's in the middle, because I don't remember all that other stuff. Ding, there we go. Now let's go test our elevators again. It's funny. Here's the problem. I just realized it. Hey! Oh. That must have been somebody else's elevator. Well, at least we know it got somewhere. There's a way around that, of course. You just have it. You get a separate one, and you have to use two of them, and you'd say, you'd set the sound properties. That's the different. That's what you would do. But if you want to do that, I'm trying to save on space. Okay, so now I'm not planning for this one to go up. So I'm going to block off the ceiling here. Simple toy. So make sure I got it right. Go in there. I think that looks good. maybe that isn't the best sound. Sniff. All right, so we have ambient computer. That's what I thought the other one was. So let's go up to beep. I thought that's what that was. So let's look and see what beep is. I gotta wait till I hear the ding, and then I'll hit it again. Hey, my burrito's done. I like the beeping better. I want to do that. I know it just auto-saved, but I'm going to save it for real. Okay. Until next time, remember to keep on building. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.